Traveling abroad is one of the many pleasures of boat ownership, but navigating customs can be the absolute worst.
Auto to Marco! Ah! Auto to Marco!
So today, I'm going to explain how to enter and exit the USA using the CBP Roam app. If you're an avid JakeSea viewer and you're thinking, didn't you already make this video? You're right, I did. Thanks for your patronage. If you are new and watching this video, be sure to check out the other one. I'll be sure to link it. The main difference between this video and the last one is I'm going to focus on the CBP Roam app. That's Custom and Border Patrol's new application that they use for people to enter the US. This app is the new method that US vessels are being pushed to use. The goal is to make entry easier on both travelers and departments by substituting the need for a physical check-in. This is a benefit to everyone who doesn't live near a Border Patrol office and can save you hours of traveling time going to a different port. If you aren't a US flag vessel, this process is still useful. However, if you don't have a current cruising license, then you will still have to go into a vessel operations office and fill out paperwork in person. The Roam app can be downloaded on the Apple and Google Play Store. Once downloaded, you'll be prompted to log in using a login.gov username and password. If you don't have one of these, then you'll have to set one up. Then, once logged into the app, you will be completely underwhelmed. The app is really simple, which is great for use, but can be difficult if you've never done it before, because it can be quite ambiguous. Because there's very little context in this app, it's a good thing you're watching this video. Before you're ready to check in, there are a couple things you need to fill out. Only one member aboard the vessel, typically the captain or the owner, will fill this out for everyone on board. To start, head to the modes of travel and enter in your vessel's information. All the categories are straightforward: name, make, model, country of origin. The one thing that you might see on there that may confuse you is the user decal section. The user fee decal is an RFID chip that's very similar to what you would find on your car if you're going through a toll road. In 1986, Ronald Reagan passed an act that allowed government agencies to charge for services that they were doing that were previously being paid for by the taxpayer. In this case, Border Patrol started implementing a fee of $19 that you have to pay when you enter the United States. This fee covers any paperwork, the Border Patrol office's time, and any searches that have to be performed. This user fee decal is a way to prepay for these entry fees. If you get this sticker, then that's where you input it on the CBP Roam app, right in that section. There is a category missing here though for foreign flag vessels, which is the place that you would want to put in your cruising permit license number. This is where the process for US vessels versus foreign flag vessels divert. Anyways, if you're renewing your cruising license, it won't matter because you won't have a new number to enter anyways. Not a concern for US boats, moving on. Next, to the Modes of Travel tab on the bottom of the screen is the tab for travelers. This is where you'll input everyone's information that's on board. Foreign travelers with an I-94 are supposed to be able to still use this process, however, I've never done it personally. It requires a photo of everyone's passport, which it scans and populates all the information automatically. Just be sure that the information it populates is correct. There is also a space here for you to put a known traveler's number as well. Once all the travelers have been uploaded, you can then proceed to the Arrivals tab. This screen is a bit misleading because on the screen it does show that you can apply for a cruising permit. However, as of March 2023, I was not able to do this yet. But anyways, that's for foreign vessels again, sticking to the US. Keep in mind that during this check-in process, the Border Patrol agents that you'll be talking to likely have little training in what the app actually looks like. It is my impression that the app converts the information you give it into a form that the Border Patrol agents are then able to review and either approve or deny. The reason I bring this up is because in the past, I've been asked to include information in my application that there wasn't space or a place for me to include, like that cruising permit number. Anyways, now that you have everything filled out, go ahead and click that Arrival tab and check in. In my experience, it's best to do this when you're within cell service of the port and when you're within a reasonable range. That way, you don't sail 5 miles past the port of entry while you're playing phone tag with the Border Patrol, just for them to tell you you have to go back and enter. Yes, this did happen to me. If you're in an area with multiple offices, it'll send your application to the nearest one. I'm not currently arriving in the US, I am here, in a house. So I don't have the actual visuals to show you guys of this check-in process and the notifications you'll get, but I remember them and I'll do my best to describe it. Once arrival has been reported, the app will send you a notification that you're in a queue and your request is waiting to be reviewed. The time of day and demand determines how long this queue is. However, I did it on a weekday morning and it took about 15 to 20 minutes before I got a response back. For some reason, if your wait is excruciatingly long, you can go ahead and call the office and give them a gentle nudge letting them know that you're waiting.
Well, we're waiting.
Once your application is being processed, the app will update and tell you that. At this time, you can expect to be contacted by the agents relatively soon. When they contact you, they'll ask you some basic questions, and they also may request a video call so that you can show them your boat and all the passengers on board. If your application is denied or canceled for some reason, this will also show up on the app. Typically, an agent will call you in advance to let you know that something's up or to ask you questions regarding why they're about to cancel it. If for some reason you didn't have it properly filled out, they will ask you to reapply, and by reapplying, they automatically cancel it and you have to go through the whole request process again. If this happens, hopefully the agent is friendly and they'll look at your request as soon as it comes in and get you back on your way. If you're approved, then you're on your way, and it's a huge time save rather than having to enter port. If you are required to go into port for a physical inspection, then they will deny your request and they'll ask you to send another one when you're at the inspection dock. This part of the process could be different based on your port office's location. However, if the inspection dock is not in the same area that their office is, then when you reapply for that new application, it sends them a geolocation of where you're located, and they know to dispatch officers to the dock. Either way, the process is now over and you're on your way to your next destination, whether that be your home port or prison for drug smuggling. I hope this video was helpful. I know when I first used the app, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. So be sure to like and subscribe for more boating content. Check out the JakeSea store for some fun merchandise, and smooth sailing.